Welcome to my good friends who are tuning in right now all over the world. Wow, I am super excited to be with you today, be with my family. Um, Welcome to another transformational edition of the Global Leaders Roundtable podcast. This is the Fireside Chat series or Fireside Chat edition, where voices are rising and leaders are converging and kingdom movements are born. Listen, I'm your host, Kenyon R. Dudley, keynote speaker, global leadership strategist, and the founder of this growing and impactful global platform committed to amplifying purpose filled voices from around the world. For those of you who are just getting a chance to know me or meet me, let me talk a little bit about my passion. My passion is helping leaders to tap into divine identity, build with authenticity, and boldly step into their next season. This platform is the visionary for visionaries. It's for reformers. It's for the pioneer, because breakthrough requires bold conversations. If you are watching right now on our YouTube channel, TGLR Network, thank you so much. I want you to hit that like button, and I want you to tag a purpose driven leader in the comments. Oh, and subscribe to our YouTube channel right now so you will not miss any of the content that we are sharing with you on this page. Also, if you've got a story, a leadership strategy, or a message for kingdom leaders such as yourself, and it belongs on the stage or it belongs right here at the virtual roundtable, and you want to be a guest on the show, why don't you become a guest by applying today to be a part of this phenomenal and, like I said, growing platform? You can go right now to bit.ly forward slash, you see it right there on the screen, TGLR podcast. And you can apply today to be a part of this phenomenal show. And you can be the next one. You never know, sitting right here at the virtual roundtable speaking with me today. Now, before I jump right into this conversation that I'm getting ready to have with a very special guest, let me just share with you a little bit more of what we're doing behind the scenes, because I know you see the podcast and you guys follow what we do on the channel. There's so much more going on behind the scenes as we are growing and expanding, and I'm excited to share it with you right now. Let's get it up on the screen. Right now, we are currently preparing for our first virtual global leadership summit, and it is happening this September 20th through the 21st. That's a Saturday and a Sunday, and it's going to be featuring over 60 dynamic kingdom leaders, entrepreneurs, and innovators and visionaries from all around the world. Literally, we've got folks that are registering to be in attendance and also applying as a speaker from South Africa, from London, from Canada, all over the United States. It's going to be phenomenal. And so if you'd like to speak and or attend, why don't you get in now? Spots are moving quickly. I want you to go right now to apply. Go to bit.ly forward slash, you see it on the screen there, TGLR Virtual Summit now, and apply today to be a speaker. Guess what? We need your voice. Why don't you go ahead and apply to be a speaker today? Okay, so listen, we are getting ready to have a beautiful conversation today, and I'm super excited about this conversation because I think it's something that everyone needs to know about. They need to talk about it. We don't talk about this particular topic much, but everybody, every once in a while, has to reinvent themselves, right? Every once in a while, someone will hit a roadblock or hit a pivot in their life. And today we're going to be talking a little bit about that with my very special guest, Miss Dorcas. We're talking about the power to reinvent, building purpose, profitable ideas, and personal success. Listen, you do not want to miss this discussion. Today's guest is no stranger to reinvention, resilience, or results. Dorcas Bosede Frank is a powerhouse entrepreneur, purpose coach, and faith driven creative who helps people turn disruption into destiny. Her work is centered on equipping others to build profitable ideas, to live from purpose, and to pursue personal success that honors both God and greatness. She is a rare gift for helping others pivot without losing their power. Let's welcome to the virtual roundtable discussion, Dorcas Bosede Frank. Welcome, 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 Miss Dorcas. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. And you?
I am doing great. Thank you so much for joining us
Beautiful.
at the virtual roundtable. I am excited to have this discussion with you about the power to reinvent.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure for me being here.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So, why don't you start off by introducing yourself formally and officially to those who are listening in? What part of the world are you in? What type of work is it that you are doing right now as a kingdom leader?
Okay. Thank you for asking me. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Dorcas Bosede Frank. I'm a Christian, a wife, a mother, and a serial entrepreneur. But my strength is in edupreneur because I'm into the education system.
Right.
I'm a school founder, the founder of Virtual Montessori Model School. I have two branches of that in my location here in Nigeria. I'm
Wow.
also a writer. I write lots of book, educational book, and some few transformational book. And also I'm the CEO of Virtual Series Publishers and a company that manages publish educational books. So I'm more of an impact person. Also the founder of Dorcas Virtual Foundation, where we empower women and youth to on self-reinventing, on finding their purpose, and we also help them to find and launch profitable and a thriving business. So I always my emphasis on those two words, profitable and thriving, not just busy. So that's
Right.
what I do. I'm a life coach because I've been in the coaching system, coaching youth and teenagers for over 25 years
Wow.
on basic life skills. Yeah, that's my strength. And so that's what I do. And I've written several books, educational books and transformational book. Like one of them is the Empowered Military Spouse, Idea to Income, the Smart Work. I just believe people should have this money. So that's where I am. And I've spoken on several platforms. And I organize events regularly for women and youth and people who are growth minded. So that
Yes.
is who I am.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's who I am. And that's what I'm doing right from my domain, Castina in Nigeria, West Africa. So I'm a transformational coach, an empowerment coach, and a life coach. So that is me. That's Dorcas Bosede Frank for you.
I love that, Miss Frank. Thank you so much for
Thank you.
all that you do. That's amazing work. It sounds like you love what you do too. Wow. Over
Yeah.
25 years worth of coaching and training and education.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
the work that you're doing, you said something very specific. You said you believe in helping people get money. And the truth
Yeah.
is, so
Yeah.
many people especially in the United States or around the world, they kind of shy away from that topic, especially if they are Christians or believers, because somewhere they have learned or trained themselves to believe that um, having money is synonymous to sin or synonymous to something
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah,
And the truth is that is just not true. The love of money, we know, it can be the root of all evil. But the
yeah.
word of God, the Bible also says that money answereth all things.
All
And
things, yeah.
right. And so if you are able to master generating money and putting money to work for you, it's actually a tool that God gives you in order to be able to grow, like you stated. So I love the work that you are doing with that. Let's
Thank
talk
you.
about how did you get into that space, that line of work? How did you begin to teach others how to make money and how to turn an idea into a
Network.
profitable business?
How did I begin? Yeah, I grew up losing my dad in a car crash when I was quite young,
Mm,
and I was being raised by my mom. Network is failing from his part. Okay,
uh-huh.
and we are
Oh, I
network.
think did we lose you? I'm here now, Ms. Dorcas. Can you hear me?
Okay,
Yes.
okay. I lost my dad in a car crash when I was just 7 years old, and I'm privileged to be raised by a godly mother. We're six. And I remember then one of my uncles sending us certain amount of money because my younger brother had to write a letter to him and he couldn't put a stamp on the letter. So he wrote student matter. And when my uncle received the letter, he became emotional. He felt so, I don't know the condition where these kids are. So he mailed 100 naira of Nigerian money to us. Then that was in the 80s, 83,
Right.
93, 84, 84, 85. So my mom gave us the money, 10 naira then, and then we started business with it. So I started business as a very young age. We just
Wow.
do go to school. Mom's value was school, God, and we all do a lot because she have to now take care of our feeding, where the little things for schooling.
Mm,
We hustle, and let me use the word hustle to find it. So we were exposed to entrepreneurship much earlier. And then growing up, we have to try a lot of things because we were Christian. And she taught us not to rely on anybody.
right.
She said, I don't want you to go growing with bitterness against anyone.
Right.
Nobody is owing you. If they do, fine. If they don't do, fine. So we learned this self-reliance. So I'm able to pass through over 10 different businesses as a young child, selling in my school to my classmates when I was in basic school, primary, selling in secondary school, selling during my NC college,
Right.
selling in my undergraduate. I sponsor myself through schools, and I was able to come out with excellent results. In fact, I earned my first million as an undergraduate in the university. And then so
Mm,
I'm here to now tell the young people that either your dad is there or not, you can do something. So since I was able to tread that journey with my siblings' success, I can preach that message to young people that think, oh, I'm disadvantaged, my mom didn't help me, my dad didn't help me, that there's something you can do for yourself. And then when I see a young child selling, I don't feel pity for that child.
right.
I see training for that child. I see a journey, entrepreneurship training process. I'm seeing a great man, a great woman in the future. So I buy not out of sympathy. When I see a young people making businesses, I
Right.
buy out of love to support whatever he or she is doing. So
Yes.
that's how
I
my
mean,
journey.
that's amazing. That's an amazing journey, and I'm sure you're supporting those young people because you too started so young, and you know
Yeah,
what it means to really put your hand to something and make something out of nothing. And like you said,
yeah,
your mother taught you and your siblings not to depend on anyone for
anyone.
anything, to
Yeah,
have that independence. And I love
yeah.
that that is what you are teaching and supporting in the next generation.
Thank
What
you.
are some of the tips that you would give a young person or anyone, a woman, who's trying to get themselves out of a rut. They're trying to get themselves out of a bad place or situation in life. And they want to start a business and they want to honor God while they start that business. What are some of the tips that you would tell them to take, in order to start that business and pull themselves out of that rut?
Okay. Thank you for asking me that question. I would tell you a story of myself when I was in university.
Hmm.
I came home, our house just got burnt. We had a fire accident, and I went back to school. So I was looking for a business to do, a sales girl, and I couldn't get somebody that smarted me, and I missed the opportunity. But I've learned one thing: I don't feel bad about failure.
Right.
I don't feel no, it's not a problem to me. I only feel bad if I did not make attempt. So
Right.
yeah, I met, I saw a business opportunity. I needed money to start, and I couldn't start. So I felt bad. I was a Christian, and I went to my room. I poured my heart to God. I was so angry. I was just talking. I said, Lord Jesus, I made a vow I will not misbehave in school. I will not defile myself. And I said, I want to do business. Everywhere I needed money, all road closed. I couldn't get anything.
Mm.
And when I finished pouring out my heart, I cried. I said, Jesus, I saw what other girls are doing in the campus. And I made a promise to you. They're not better than me. I just talk as if I'm talking to my dad. And after the crying, I cried and I slept off of my bed.
Wow.
And an idea came to me that there was a money given to you to keep as a treasurer of your department. You are going on 2 month holiday. They won't need that money. Take the money, start the business, return it back. It just inspired me what to do.
Wow.
And I started selling recharge card without a phone then. And I would tell myself recharge card, airtime without a phone. I would tell my roommate, I went to my hostels to tell the girls, ladies, I'm selling recharge card. I don't have a phone. When you are coming, I only have my SIM. When you are coming, you come with two SIM, two phone. You give me one, I put my phone in it. And then that's how I started selling. Until I
Wow.
was able to raise the money to buy my first phone. So what am I saying? Look for problem around that you can solve.
Yes.
That's the first thing. Yeah. I was talking to my son yesterday. He's in a private university. I said, come, you are in a private university here. I said, where does the money goes to your friend? What do you spend your money on? Say, mom, we buy this, we buy this, we buy. I said, is any one of them you can provide?
Right.
I will start brainstorming and I said, can you do this? Say, mom, thank you. It never occurred to me I could do this. So I said, people must spend money. They won't eat that money, must be spent. So check the direction. What are the needs around? There are basic needs that must be met. Don't be too proud. So it could be sales, it could be service.
Yeah.
I told him, I said, I told you when you were at home to learn how to barb. I have big guys. My children are 6 boys. And I bought a clipper then. And I said, start barbing yourself during the holiday so that you can practice and make mistake. If you are wrong, put on cap till you get it right. And he said, it's true. He said, do you know how much you barb there? I said, if you barb 3, 4 weekend, you can't be broke.
Mm.
And then you are learning how to take advantage of needs around you. And then before you know, begin to have a larger vision because you've started small. So you are developing ability to see gaps of what can provide money. Because a lot of people are blank. They
Hmm.
don't even know what to start with. And there are needs around them, but they are blank or too proud to start.
Right.
So to the young guys, to the young ladies, there are needs you can meet. If you don't have capital, there are services you can provide to your friends or to people around you, to senior friends, and you'll be paid for it. And don't forget, you are learning to become an entrepreneur. And my own gospel of entrepreneurship is solution based.
Wow.
Look for problems that you can solve for people around, and then the money will naturally come.
I agree. Oh, I agree with that. That is so true. And I have seen that in my own life. And just having the privilege of speaking with so many other kingdom leaders and entrepreneurs, um, I have seen that that is the commonality among us all. The most successful business person, entrepreneur, or leader is that person that has found a problem
Yeah,
and provided a solution.
yeah,
And that is one of the main things that we're talking about now. And I'm so glad that you said that. This is one of the main ways to reinvent yourself when you hit a hard place in life, or you experience something where you feel stuck. The best thing to do to get out of that rut is to serve your way out of that. Find a
yeah,
solution and serve your way out of that. So I
yeah.
love that. I love that. I love that. Right now,
Thank
you said
you.
that you are an author. It was a particular book that is getting ready to be published at the end of the
Yeah,
month. What is the name of your
yeah.
book?
The Smart Wealth Code.
The Smart Wealth Code. I
Health
love
code.
that.
Yeah.
Can you talk a
Thank
little bit
you.
about that?
Yeah. I just look for my African context. I realized that everybody needs money. And I felt the church have not taught enough on
Hmm.
how to get wealth. I think the only thing the church talk about, it's more of what
Right.
God's plan for us is to be wealthy.
Hmm.
Yeah. But what are the strategy? They talk
Right.
about the giving aspect. Yeah, it's true. There's giving aspect. But there are principles that outside giving. There are basic things that either you're a Christian or not, you have to learn to do. And
Right.
I'm looking at the word financial independence and financial freedom. Okay, because if you say we don't like money, we all go to work every day. I
Right.
tell people, yeah, I say every day, why do you send your children to school? Because you wanted to have access to higher paying job in the future, right?
Yes.
So if you are saying you don't like money, we are lying. The church make it look as if it's sinful. It's not sin. Church John say, I wish above all things that thou mayest prosper. That is the first word there. Thou mayest prosper. Then the second one is the health. And then
Yes.
the third one is even the spiritual growth. Someone who is hungry and doesn't have money is not a happy man.
Yes.
In fact, to me, he's prone to more sin. He will live in jealousy. He will live in envy. He will live in bitterness.
Yes.
Yeah. So he lives his time on unproductive work. So I spoke more on how to gain wealth, not just riches now. Different. I talked about differentiating between financial independence and financial freedom.
Hmm.
I'm talking about investment. I'm talking about gambling. I
Mm.
speak seriously against it. I
Hmm.
speak against speculation. All this um, Bitcoin is not bad, but
Hmm.
I just felt it's not a true word. It's not scalable.
Mm.
So I
Wow.
talk
Yeah.
more, yeah. So I talk more of value-based investment, looking for problem. And I say wherever there are people, wherever there are human beings, there will be need. And definitely there must be money.
Hmm.
So I talked about passive income. I'm able to talk about your passive income must be higher than your expenses. And that's where you now know that you have financial independence,
Right.
financial freedom. So if your earning is $100 and you spend 50, your expenses is 50 dollars or $70, and you're able to have extra 30, then you have financial. It's not until you have big money.
Right.
You have extra 30 that you could reinvest in something else. And then I talked about money mastery in that book also. So yes, under money mastery, how to manage, because a lot of us think until we have large sum of money. No. So I talked about the JAR system of saving,
Hmm.
of managing your money, having certain amount going on your necessity consciously, having certain amount going on your future financial freedom. Let there be certain amount you are reinvesting,
Right.
no matter your earning. If you don't reinvest back to another passive income, then you have to work all the days of your life.
Yes.
And you are aging daily, your energy is reducing daily. Time will come. If you don't ask yourself to go on retirement, the system will edge you out. Because your energy will not be able to carry. When you are 64, 65, you won't be able to do much. So that you don't work all the days of your life. So I talk more on those, how to go into passive income, and taking advantage of your passion, your strength, your skills. And if you don't have skills, you will learn one.
Right.
Learn one. So these are part of the self-inventing we're talking about. If you audit yourself and you couldn't find what you are good at, they will look for one for you that you love, and then you go into it. But we now also help you to convert it to other source of income. But whatever it is, you should monetize it, because you have needs to pay, you have bills to pay. Your parents may be doing it, but they won't do it for you forever. You have to grow.
Right. Right. Wow. That I love this. I love this. And so the Smart Wealth Code, we've got to get this book. It's coming out very soon. So how can they connect with you on this? Because you're giving not just spiritual tools, but you're giving them
Yeah.
practical steps to be
Yeah.
able to generate wealth. Deuteronomy 8:18. I've given you the power to get
Power to
wealth.
make wealth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So how can people connect with you in order to get this book?
Okay. Thank you for asking me that. The book, I'm hoping by 29th of May,
Okay.
the book should be on Amazon
Okay.
and on
Okay.
Seller.
Okay.
Amazon and Seller. And then on my website, dorcasbosedefrank.com. So these three places you can check out for it.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. And guys, that information is going to be in the description right under this video. So you can scroll right down and click on Dorcas's website, or you can find that information on Amazon. Listen, you guys have to grab her book, not just as a support to her, but as you can hear, she's literally giving kingdom principles, practical strategies that you can use in order to scale your life and to scale your finances. And so I love this. Dorcas, um, if you could, um, what would be that number one thing that you would want to leave with our viewers and our listeners right now, as we come to the end of this discussion? What is it that you want to leave the virtual roundtable with today?
Okay. Thank you for asking me that question. I want everyone to know that Bible says, I wish above all things that thou mayest prosper and be in health, even as your soul prosper. And he said, God is interested in the prosperity of his people. So God is not delighted in our poverty. He's not celebrated in it. In fact, you are not celebrating, your family is not celebrating it. Poverty is not adding anything to anybody. But the wealth you have is adding value to your society, it's adding value to your world, it's adding value to the church. He said, through prosperity shall my gospel be spread abroad. So we need money. So what am I saying? You have to now be intentional about reinventing your mindset, because it starts with your mind. God can't help you beyond your mentality. So you need to reinvent yourself to become a better version of who you are. And I do that. If you need help in that area, you can. I have a course on self-discovery, self-rediscovering and reinventing. So you can have a better version of your self-confidence can come alive. And I start tapping, there's an investment of heaven on you. Those gifts are not just there dormant for nothing. It's an investment that you are meant, like those, the master gave some people five, some two, some one. Don't be like that one that the master gave one and he did nothing with it. And we are meant for impact. So until you discover what you even have, Then you can now, so if you are confused, I can help you reinvent, rediscover yourself. Then you can now, I can also help you do self-audit so you can find your purpose. What am I good at? Where am I channeling my energy? I said to you, each day God give you life and health is a gift. So don't waste it. Just don't while it away. Do something meaningful with it. And then you need money. You don't have to do it free, because when you go your rent, your landlord will not take thank you from you. Your children fee, thank you will not pay it. You have needs every day, something must pay, and it is money. So we also teach you to monetize your value, to add value to when you are being paid, so you can be happy doing what you are doing. Everything else is not about money, but when you serve people, you take away pain points, they will pay you and also tell you thank you.
Right. Yeah, yeah. I love this. And I really appreciate you for speaking directly to the religious mindset that says money is bad. No, sometimes the people who have money do bad things, but money inherently is not bad. Money is a kingdom tool for us to
Yeah,
use to be able to get through this life and to live prosperously. And I just love
yeah,
the fact that you are doing this work and that this book is coming out. Guys, run, don't walk to go and pick up a Dorcas's new book that will be out. The information again is at the bottom of the screen. Miss Frank, thank you so much for
my
joining us
pleasure.
today. This
Thank
this
you for
this was
having me.
amazing. I want you
And
to I want you to
anytime,
Mhm.
anytime you need me, you can always call on me. I also run other programs like the success business model. I
Yes,
teach people how to find business. I said earlier, I help people to find a profitable and a thriving business idea. So if you
right.
need help, our program is self-reinventing, our program in finding purpose, and our program in finding a right business model for you. So if you need help in that area, you can reach out to me either through my Facebook or my website, and I will gladly be happy to help you.
I love it. I love it. Guys, connect today. I do believe that Dorcas has some things that could bless you and bless your business and bless your life. Connect with her
Yeah.
today. Ms. Dorcas, hang tight. I'm going to wrap up today's show. Guys, thank you so much for being a part of this fireside chat discussion. I thought that this would be a great conversation because there are people that are out there right now that are feeling stuck. There are people who know they have an idea or a vision or a dream. They're a leader of some sort, and they've been believing God for the next big thing. Guess what? You can reinvent yourself, just like Dorcas stated. And there are ways, strategies to do it. Connect with Dorcas today to learn some of those strategies and to be empowered and emboldened to do the work that must be done in order to thrive in today's economy and in today's world. Dorcas, thank you so much for pouring out such practical wisdom, spiritual clarity, and business brilliance today. You've shown us that reinvention isn't just possible, it is powerful. So, to everyone watching, hear me. You have the power to reinvent. You are not bound by your past. You're not bound by your pain or your current position or situation. You can build purpose. You can profit from your brilliance, and you can live like life that God has given you is actually designed for you to be happy and joyful and prosperous. All right. And so, if this show has blessed you, I want you to make sure that you stay connected, partner with the Global Leaders Roundtable as a guest, or remember, we are having our virtual summit in September, September 20th through the 21st. You can be a speaker. Just reach out to me directly to become a speaker, or you can go to bit.ly/virtual a TGLR virtual summit now to apply to be a speaker today. I'm Kenyon R. Dudley, and this is the Global Leaders Roundtable, where voices rise, leaders converge, and movements begin. See you next time.